Life Pro Tips Best of the Week number 4. If someone is being passive-aggressive, play dumb, take everything said literally, and as a compliment. It will confuse and frustrate them, and if they try explaining that they were actually insulting you, they look like jerks, which they are. When on the phone with a call center and put on hold, if you do not hear the music, you are on mute and the CSR can hear you. Don't say anything negative, it will come back to haunt you. When encountering a new English word with an umlaut, the two little dots, know that it is there to tell the reader to pronounce the second vowel independently of the first. Naive and the names OE are excellent examples of this. An umlaut will never occur over singular vowels. When you're talking about someone who isn't present, talk about things they're good at or things that you appreciate about them. This is called good gossip. By practicing this, you're not only being very kind to them, but your mood will also increase because you're expressing gratitude. A statement made by someone you perceive to be smarter than you does not automatically make their statement true. Always fact-check those statements that might change the way you perceive your worldview. The loud ads at the gas pump can usually be muted by pressing one of the unlabeled buttons next to the screen. If you are making a Word document with lots of pictures in it, first insert a one-by-one table and then the picture in it. The weird things that happen with pictures in Word won't happen. A bit of an extra work, but it makes formatting the document that much easier. If you're listening to something with one earbud on, turn on mono audio. This allows you to hear all sound through one earbud. This is especially helpful with music. If your ceiling fan is really dusty, you can use a pillowcase to clean the blades without having dust rain down on everything below. Not sure how known this trick is, but I thought everyone should know. Don't announce to others what you plan to do. Instead, after the task is completed, share what you did. Addictive dopamine gets released at a better time for reinforcing productive work in the future. Psychologists claim that telling people you're going to do something and getting their approval releases dopamine without actually doing the task, becoming a major reinforcement for not following through on plans. By keeping plans more private, you hold off on release of the addictive dopamine until it will reinforce you completing goals. It's a hack for your brain. You get addicted to getting things done. Also, for those who like to play devil's advocate, the counter-argument is that public display of goals does help for them to be achieved. There is truth to this, but is mostly refuted in terms of short-term versus long-term change. Public announcements hold us accountable out of fear, and fear doesn't lead to long-term intrinsic motivation and change. Only short-term action, as the driving force in the change is external rather than internal. Lastly, I'm not saying not to talk through your goals with others, just be sure you're not doing it for the affirmation of setting the goal, and be selective with who needs to know. Hint, it's not everybody. If your cat won't use the cat bed you bought, try putting it underneath furniture like a coffee table or nightstand. They feel more at ease in an enclosed space, knowing a predator can't sneak up on them. Pouring in your creamer before your coffee blends them together without the need for a single-use plastic stirrer. If you need a small amount of food like olives, artichokes, or other salad-related foods for a recipe, check out your supermarket's salad bar, where you can pay by weight instead of buying whole jars, etc., and wasting food. If you need to have a difficult/conflictual conversation, focus on the impacts the conflict is having on you. This technique will keep the other person from becoming defensive, and will likely lead to a much more productive convo. I'm a psychiatrist, and this is one of the most helpful tips I share with my patients. If you store boxes in a basement, put them on pallets. This will save your belongings if you get a few inches of water down there. Most old people feel ignored in the family. Next time when taking important decisions, just ask for their opinion once. You don't need to always follow what they say, but by just letting them state their opinion it would make them feel much more valued. When using a website's help chat, be aware that the employee can see what you're typing as you type it, even before you hit send. Study in the hour before you go to bed to maximize retention for learning material. Learning information right before you go to bed has been proven to lead to higher levels of recognition. When flying with an airline that makes you pay for specific seats, first choose randomly allocated seats, then only half of you have to pay to sit next to another. Just to clarify, I'm flying with the horrendously famous Ryanair, who make you pay for each sheet of paper you wipe you get the point. Check in online ASAP. If you are a family of 4 for example, then choose randomly allocated seats first. Then each parent can pay to sit next to their child rather than 4 people all individually paying for 4 seats. If your child gets allocated to a seat where there's no seats next to them, then this time you lose. But otherwise, this usually works. This should be free if you have children, but it's not. Making crepes/pancakes. Use a protein shaker bottle. Easy to mix and shake the batter inside, easy to pour onto the frying pan, less to clean. Learned this during my undergrad course. For easy crepes in a 750 ml protein shake bottle. Crack 1 to 2 eggs, fill 40 to 65% with flour, a few pinches of salt, top up with milk, in 2 stages to prevent lumps. Then do what shaker bottle was designed for. Imagine you are making a cocktail or something, shake it. I prefer bottles with a metal whisk inside for this. Pour straight onto the pan through the spout/mouthpiece. At the end of it just pour some water and washing liquid inside, and shake again. Only accept criticism from people from whom you would take advice. Take good, clear pictures of all your keys individually and keep them somewhere safe. Any good locksmith should be able to make a key from a picture, and that'll save you lots of time and money if you lose them. There are exceptions of course, such as worn-out keys, keys with chips that have to be programmed, and some high-security keys. But best to have them just in case. But still, nothing beats having a spare somewhere. A spare key is always cheaper than having one made from nothing, sometimes a few dollars, sometimes a few hundred. Take a picture every time you put together an outfit that you really like. Over time you'll have a whole album of inspiration for those days you have nothing to wear. Not only can it help you make a decision, it can also show some patterns you haven't noticed before, for example certain colors, cuts or styles that make you confident. Better knowing your personal style may also help save you money in knowing what to look for or avoid when shopping for clothes. You can make a note as well of the items that never show up on any of those photos. Is it because it's unflattering, uncomfortable or doesn't go with anything? Consider giving it away or maybe investing in some complementary pieces that make it more wearable. Always snap a few before pics when starting a big cleaning or redo project, even if you think you won't need them. Often the transformation is more dramatic than you thought it would be, and it's very fun and satisfying to have the before pics to compare to. Plan ahead for your death. Make it easy for the ones who will take care of your estate. It will already be hard for those people. Don't make it harder. Instead of using actual chip bag clips, try using binder clips, found in the office/school supplies section. Binder clips are a lot stronger than the often too pricey chip bag clips. Binder clips come in a variety of sizes, so they're ideal for any type of chip bags. Save a bunch of time and money by doing free grocery pickup if it is available near you. You get time back in your day and you avoid so many impulse buys that you can stick to the budget better. When breaking up with someone, write down everything that motivated you to do that. After the breakup, if you miss the person, just read what you wrote. If you're starting a life with someone, don't dump your friends for that relationship. You might think that the person you love is all you need, but that will fade in time, and dumping friends is definitely not worth it. When interviewing for a job, write down the questions you were asked. Over the years, you will find that similar questions keep coming up and you can practice giving the perfect answer. If you have kids and are in the market for a new house, take them trick-or-treating in neighborhoods that interest you. We did this for 3 years before buying our house. We learned a lot about the area. Not only do you get a better idea of what the neighbors are like, you can also feel the energy of the kids running around. Dial 112 from your mobile/cell phone in any country to be put through to that country's emergency line. This works in every country including USA, Australia, England, etc. All you need is a working mobile/cell phone. It will connect to any network or tower it detects. After reading lots of worrying posts in the thread about the 39 bodies in the shipping container, it's become apparent that lots of people don't know how to dial emergency services in another country. Dial 112 from your mobile/cell to be put through to emergency. You don't need phone credit or a local plan/provider access. The phone will connect to any network or tower it can find. You don't need to speak the local language. They have procedures in place to get someone on the line who can understand you, except maybe in America with lame 911 operators. Remember this number. The amount of people who were unfortunately ignorant or uninformed of this in the English shipping container thread was very surprising. Hope this helps.